Everybody gets hyped about buying stocks, but let me tell you the truth. Selling is where most traders lose their money. Why? Because the psychology of selling will eat your account alive if you do not understand it. My name is Chrissy,
And I'm George.
and welcome to Married to the Market. Today, we wanted to talk about this because selling feels harder than buying to most traders.
Because when you're buying, it's like you feel excited about the whole thing.
Huh.
Then when you're ready to sell, it's like, man, I want to hold on to this.
It
You
feels like
know,
you're giving up something, right?
feel like you're about to lose something. But are you really, if you're in profit, you're actually in gain. But for retail traders or new beginners that's coming in, they feel like they're giving up something instead of looking on the positive side of things.
And also admitting when you're wrong, just kind of holding on to those losers. We have to know where we're taking profit. We have to take profit, first of all, because we are in this to make money. But you also have to know when to cut your losses, guys. And that is one of the biggest things that I'm seeing a lot now.
Yeah, because they feel like it can come back.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I'm a pray. I hope this come back, and it never do, right? And now you blow your account, or now you're down instead of, your account being down probably 10%. Now your account is down 40 or 50% because you took a major loss.
You're holding on to those losers too long. Just like you said, just wishing and praying and hoping that it will come back. But a lot of the times you just go into a deeper and a deeper red, and then you blow your account. Then what I always tell a lot of our mentees, cut your loss and get out, right? Because you still have money to trade again. If you blow your account, some of you guys could testify on this video if you're watching that you kind of wish that you would have gotten out before you blew your account, because that next trade that you saw could have took you right back up and more. We know as traders that you're not going to win every single one. You're going to win some and you're going to lose some. So it's just really just being able to realize, okay, this is what my trading plan really is.
Yeah, it's that bias that tanks your profits.
Yeah.
And then now you're gonna think about it as, man, you know what? I should have, but now you're in a situation where, damn, I didn't.
Yeah.
So that's the crazy thing about trading is like you have to be prepared for the losses more than the win. Because the thing is, when you're prepared for the losses, when you're in the win, you could be like, all right, I know where I'm taking this to. If your stop loss hits, just get out your stop loss.
Yeah.
Why are you holding on to it? I used to do it back in the day. If you learn and you have the right mentor, if you're learning certain things from the jump, it prepares you enough to not make those big losses.
Exactly. You're looking for things to agree with you mentally that's really not there, right? You're looking past what the news said. You're looking past that the structure. You're hoping and wishing. You're like, man, the 200 is down there. Maybe we'll bounce off of that. But it already broke your structure. It already gave you alerts. It already told you to get out. But you just keep mentally thinking it'll bounce back. It'll bounce back. And this is why I wanted to make this video, because I want everybody to get out of that mindset of hoping and wishing and actually getting a reality check of what is. The best traders are the ones that know how to cut their losses fast and let their winners win.
Yeah, because the confirmation is there. Like the confirmation is there as far as when you get in your trade, you take the trade. The confirmation is also there when your stop loss hits, you take your loss. But the thing is, a lot of people will hold on to their losses, right? And be like, man, I don't want to take this loss. It bounced up the last time. It can bounce up this time
Always
again,
thinks that the
right?
last time can happen again.
Or happen every time.
Correct.
And
It doesn't work that way.
it never do. So with that, you just have to look at it as you have strict rules that you have when you're trading. Stick to those rules, right? Your confirmation is, why wait and say, if news came out and you see that the market is going against you and you see that your stop loss hit, but then you're holding on to a bias saying, well, you know what? I read something earlier that says that this should go up to this. That's somebody else's opinion, right? That's somebody else's opinion.
Yep.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it have to go there. But what you have in front of you is a chart that's saying, yo, you're hitting my stop loss.
Yeah.
You need to get out.
We wanted to take a quick break and say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Did you know that 80% of the people that are watching this video are not subscribed? And you might be one of those people just as well. And if you are, do us a favor and click that subscribe button and join us on this journey. Watching this video, that means you might be interested in options trading. I'm not sure if this is for you, but I wanted to let you know that George and I have a 6-week mentorship called Married to the Market. We'll be teaching you everything about options trading and holding your hand throughout this process. If that sounds like something that you would be interested in, make sure you pause this video and check the description because we're going to be putting all the information that you need and to see if you're qualified for this. So if this is something that you want, we would love to have you guys in the Married to the Market family. So guys, let's go ahead and jump back into the video. Play what the chart gives you. We always say, like, price action is price action, guys. Play what the chart gives you. Sometimes the news is already priced in, okay? And that's what you have to realize. Sometimes that news is already priced in. But let's just go ahead and give you when to exit the playbook. So you need to predefine your exits, guys. No, yes, we know where the target is. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get there.
Get
When
there.
you're doing
Yep.
options trading, it's buying enough time on your contract to let that play out. Because let's say you're getting on a weekly, that doesn't mean it's going to hit that week. That could take 2, 3, 4 weeks for all we know before it actually hits that particular target. So having like a profit target, some people are okay with just taking a certain percentage. 30% might be your number. So if the trade continues to run, you don't care because you're satisfied with your particular profits. I always tell my mentees, have a goal in mind. Yes, we know that that's where the target is going to go,
Yep.
but have a goal in mind because sometimes we might be going in that direction and let that pullback. Pullbacks hit different in options, okay? So let that pullback come back and now you're trying to get back up there. The contract ain't worth the same.
Yep.
So it's okay to take profit when you see profit. So that's another thing. And cut your losses at your level. You told yourself that this is the level that I am not going any further. Be strict about that.
You want to make sure if you trade a certain pattern, if you trade a certain setup, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's bullish divergence, whether it's a bull flag or bear flag, whatever it is that you trade, right? You're going to have your stop loss and you take profit. If you
Right.
trade in breakouts, then you know that, all right, this is definitely what I am doing, what I'm trading, and that's it. So now that you're in your trade, right? Don't hold on to a trade that's not going your right way.
Correct.
If it already break your stop loss, there's no need to continue in it.
Correct. And even looking at the sectors, right? If you see that particular sector, like you're an Apple, but you see that technology is breaking down like massively, why are you going to stay in a trade hoping and wishing like this is going to continue when you see the whole sector pulling down? Sometimes we need to look at the sectors to see an overall picture of what's really going on. Again, follow where the money is going and where the money is being pulled out of, guys. It's really that simple in regards to that. And that is just one of the exits for the playbook that we have for you guys. So another one is the portfolio balance, right? Trim, guys, learn to trim.
Take
We
profit.
talk about this when we're live. We have a live call out just as well. People who know how to trade, come on over. We have a Discord. It's all in the Profit Flex. You can fact check it yourself when you have time. But we always tell people trim your contract. You're up 50, 60, 70%. How are you going to let the whole thing come down? Take a little bit off the table. Eat a little something,
Take a
right?
little something,
Take
right?
a little
If your
something off.
portfolio is up by 40%, why are you not trimming and taking something off instead of the whole thing come back down and now your portfolio is only up 10%? Trim something so along the way you're taking profit and it's okay. You still feel good about your trade. You still know that you did something good instead of saying, man, I wish, because it's always going to come down to if you start trimming at 20% and then you trim at 50%, and now you have runners and you're up 100%, you're gonna be like, man, I wish you
See?
would have held the whole thing, but that's not it. Like you have to make sure that you're consistent with your trades. If you're consistent with your trades, that means you're consistently taking profit at some point in your trading.
Always remember data over emotions, okay? Read the data. Take out the emotions. That's the next thing I want to talk about here. Mastering your mind. Just having like a detachment test. This is something that we actually just did just now, literally. It's like, if you didn't own it, would you buy it again? Like right now, Caterpillar, CAT, just went off on my alert. We already played that. And now my alert is going off again. And I'm like, would I buy that right now?
Nope.
I'm going to leave it alone. You have to learn to detach yourself mentally. Not every trade is a trade you have to get it, even if your alert goes off, right? Sometimes you have to analyze. You guys know, you've been watching this podcast for a long time. Georgia and I have 3 trades for the day. That's it. And we're satisfied with that.
And today we took one,
And we were
right?
great.
We took
The whole
one.
crew was happy.
The whole crew was happy. Over 70%. Some took it at 80.
80.
So the thing is, you have to be good with the amount of profit that you're taking, right? And you have to be comfortable with just making one trade for the day. Yeah, you might have a limit where you make 3 trades for the day, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to trade 3 times for the day. It could be like, you know what? Let me trade, and this is a great trade. I'm done for
Mhm.
the day. If this setup happens, then we're gonna be sending a swing trade over. So we send that,
Yeah.
which is up already by 25%. And we're still
Ooh.
holding on because it's a swing trade. Now, even though they're up 25%, we always say, hey, once you're over a certain amount, once you're over
Yeah.
20%, hey,
Trim a
look
little
to
if you
trim
want.
something if you want to, right? But the target didn't hit yet,
Yeah.
but you still have to know that you need to trim along the way to your profit. So one of the next thing is the regret check, because a lot of times you'll be like, you know what? It's a small loss and you don't want to take that small loss and
Yeah.
you hold
Nobody
on
wants to
to it.
take a loss.
Nobody wants to take a loss, but now you hold on to that small loss and now later on it's bleeding to where you wish you had took that small loss. Take the small loss because now you still have capital to trade.
That's where we're talking about how mental, like psychology, this is, guys, if you did not notice already, options trading to me is like 80% psychology. You got the strategy, right? You understand what you're doing, but it's up here. Sometimes you fake yourself out, you talk to yourself, you make yourself stay into plays that you don't need to be staying into. It's all up here. So we got to work on here. This is why I'm telling you, got to master your mind, because watching it bleed is crazy, right? Just leaving it and walking away because you're so mad. Absolutely not, right? I know that because I've done that before. This is why this podcast here is things that we have learned, we have done, we have fixed and improved. And that's why we're able to come on here confidently and talk to you, because these are mistakes that we have personally made.
Yeah,
We have made
we
it just
have.
as well. Nobody is perfect.
But
Okay.
the thing is, where we fall short, you
You
don't have to.
correct.
So the thing is, if you learn now, then you don't have to make the mistakes that we made. So the next thing is journaling. You have to know what happened, why you took that trade, why did the trade go right, but also what's the most important thing is what you learned from the trade.
Correct.
Good or bad, what did you learn from that trade? Did you wait too long to enter the trade? Did you take your profit at the set target? Did you cut it early? Did you trim? All of those stuff you need to ask yourself. And what did you feel like as far as emotion wise, right? How did you feel when you take that trade? Were you anxious? If you were anxious, maybe you sized too much. Maybe you put too much in the trade. You never know, but you have to write it down so you know what you're doing. So now you can go back and look at that.
No L is an actual loss. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, how I see things, when you take an L, a loss, you're actually learning from that. And sometimes you need to take an L because you need to know what you did wrong so you don't repeat that mistake.
Yep.
Everybody gets clapped one good time. That one good time, that one trade that clap you, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
wow, I never making that mistake.
Yeah.
Did you step outside of, most of the times when you get clapped, it's because
You got
you
too
did not
confident.
follow, not only that, you did not follow your rules
Yeah. Yeah.
outside.
There's a couple things that can happen, right? Couple things that can happen. Number one, it's it's always you stepping out your rules, right? It's always that. Because the simple fact that you might have got confident in your
Yeah.
trade and you
Too
say, listen,
confident.
you know what? I've been on a winning streak. Let me go ahead and I size heavier than I normally do. That is not part of your trading plan. So you automatically went against your trading plan, right? There's a lot of different things that you could end up doing, but you want to make sure that, hey, I'm following a plan and I'm sticking to that plan no matter what.
Yeah. So going forward, I want your next moves to be review your current trades with a new, fresh eye, a new perspective after watching this podcast, right? Because you're going to be journaling. And if you guys want to journal, we have a Married to the Market journal. Link
Yep.
is in our bio. It's a 100-day journal that you can track all of your trade. We have everything detailed because obviously we're traders ourselves. So we know what you need to actually track in going over your emotions, because we chose 100 days because we want you guys to be able to go back and see a full scope of what 30 days is not enough. You need to understand more than that. So we do 100. So if you want, go get that and start journaling right now. I think a big shift came for me personally once I started documenting each of my trades because you learn from your mistakes.
And then
So,
the next one is going to be commit to rules,
yeah.
not to emotions. You want to make sure that you're following rules and set your rules in place. Once you go around your computer, it's no longer, hey, how I feel about a trade. You'll hear me a lot of times say, I feel or I think,
What do I say?
but then what does the chart show me, right?
Correct.
Play what the chart gives you. It's not about your emotions. It's not what you think. It's not how you feel about the stock. Hey, I think this is going to go up. You could think all you want, but the stock could go down. But if you have a certain set of rules that you follow, then follow rules and not your emotions.
Exactly. So remember, long term success equals consistent exits, knowing where to take your profit, knowing where to get out, right? It's not always perfect timing because sometimes we don't get it instantly, but we know where the target is going. But it's really getting rid of those losers when needed fast enough. So I hope this really helped you in understanding why selling feels harder than buying sometimes. I think it was a subject that a lot of people needed to hear today. I'm not sure if this is for you, but if you are interested, we do offer a 6-week mentorship. We have one coming up. All you have to do is see if you qualify. Not everybody qualifies for this. So if you just book a call, the link is in our bio. You could book a call. We'll let you know if this is something that we can help you with. We're all about helping you understand the market, making you profitable on a daily basis. Because at that point, you're going to decide, are you a day trader or a swing trader? Right? So there's a lot of things that we're going to help you with, but we're going to help you from A to Z. So you're going to be earning and learning
At the same
same
time.
time. So with that being said, guys, don't forget, come over to our Discord, introduce yourself, let us know what you're trying to learn, comment below, share this video with somebody. But other than that, bye guys.
Bye.